Ladies and gentlemen, LTM, let's talk Magic. Now today we're going over Commander Legends 2. This is a collector booster that we went and picked up from, actually, Rudy from Alpha Investment. So as a patron, we go ahead and kind of pick this up for him, and we're going to see what we can pull today. Now, basically what I've been saying with these collector boosters, especially for Commander Legends 2, is that they've been coming in with, sometimes you can pull Double Masters, a new one that's coming out soon. You can actually pull some of the cards in it. Now, I don't know if it's by design or by accident, but we're going to see here in this video. So without further ado, let's begin. Let's see what we can pull in today for LTM. Let's talk Magic. Now, let's see how we go, and what we're going to do is just, of course, start off. And, of course, you're going to get your bulk commons. So we're just going to pass through. Heap Gate. All right. Kind of looks interesting a little bit. Got some drawing card engines. Not really cheap version of it. So we got a swamp. Have a foil swamp. We'll put this down. We got a Sky Diamond. Okay, nothing really interesting for an uncommon. Same here. Nothing interesting here. We got a Ranger. So nothing interesting with that. So we got a foil Windshaper Plantar. Declare attackers for each attacking creature. You may reselect which player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. Okay, that's, I guess, kind of interesting. Flash, control what your opponents block and all that. We get a Brain Stealer Dragon. All right, well, that looks kind of interesting. Let's see, what else we got here? White Plume Adventurer. I don't know if that's from the Commander set. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, another rare. I think this is our... No, that's not foil etch at all. Shadow Elf, so we got another rare. We get Zilvar Chili Exile. I can't even pronunciate that right. Interesting. And then lastly, we get the Displacer Kitten. And that's it. We get a bunch of rares and no mythics. And I think people were saying with these sets that the mythics are actually, or rares are hard to pull. I don't know about that dragon, but we'll move on to the next pack and we'll see what we can pull here in LTM. Let's talk Magic. So let's see. Maybe we can pull... I mean, I don't know about this cards. I'm not really an expert on the set yet. I know that they have the dual lands and everything like that. Looks like this is a Dragon Gate, so gates are back. Gates are back for sure. We're going to keep pulling along here. That's cool. I guess this is like the one card from Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. So they have that. We get a land Lightning Bolt. So Lightning Bolt is kind of cool that they reprinted that. I think the artwork's kind of cool on this, so I'm going to put it to the side. Angel, the Shadow of the Thieves. Interesting. I don't think this is foil etch. Nope. Let's see. Horn of Valhalla. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. So I guess this is good in like a white weenie deck with just a bunch of tokens. So that's cool. Servox Tome enters the battlefield. You take the initiative. Add colorless for each initiative. Add 2 colorless. Add 2 colorless instead. So that's going to be interesting. Interesting card design right there. Let's see. Earthquake Dragon, an elemental dragon, it looks like. So it costs X to last, where X is the total mana value of dragons you control. So flying with trample. Okay, I guess this could work kind of like a T-Mot or something like that. Or even the Dragon, I guess. But, I mean, I don't know. I think that would, like, synergize well. Alright, here we go. I guess this is not a foil etch, but this is like a full art. I think we already pulled this one card before. Let's say here, nothing interesting with the design. We got our first rare, is whenever you attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap all attacking creatures. They gain first strike until end of turn. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So that reminds me a lot of that like Minotaur from Zendikar Rising. kind of does the same thing, but that's when the land enters the battlefield. But this time you can kind of like synergize it around the commander. So that's kind of cool. I guess the dragon would work kind of in a deck where you have high casting dragons like Tiamat and even the Dragon. Really, the Dragon would kind of be the go-to person, go-to dragon for that deck. All right, so we're going to move on here to our next booster, seeing what we can pull in this collector booster of the best set in Magic, Commander Legends 2. Not really. We can kind of see here. Hopefully we can pull something good. So far, nothing really amazing with like the dragons or anything like that. So going through our kind of commons here. All right, so we're gonna put our commons over here with our lands. We got the Merry Thief, so okay. This is kind of a cool design, a little full action going on here with a human creature, so there we go. Same with OG the Exquisite Blade. I think there's a commander deck, correct me if I'm wrong, built around this, or he's part of a commander deck, so there's that. Oh, so Kindred Discovery. Kindred Discovery is actually not a bad rare. It's kind of one of those, I guess you could say, chase rares. But yeah, that's cool. I think this is only like a $10 card anyway, but that's cool we pulled that, especially it's a foil version of it. We got the Tenkanali Hunter, so all right. The Fraying Line. And there's a battlefield, put a rope counter on target creature you control. At the beginning of each upkeep, put that the player may pay 2. If they do, put a rope counter on a creature they control. Otherwise, exile Fraying Lane each creature without a rope counter on it, and then remove all rope counters from all creatures. I have no idea what this does. This is really weird. I don't even know what the mechanic is for that. That to me is kind of bizarre. I don't really know. Maybe comment in the section and maybe comment down in the sections below about that. I mean, I really don't even know. Let's see, what do we got here? So tokens you control have add green, choose a background. So I guess this is good for like a token deck. And Ascend from Avernus. Return all creatures and planeswalker cards with mana X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So only one. Wow, I think that's kind of like low though for how many rares we get. I mean, mythics we got. I mean, we're getting a lot of rares. I don't think the rares are anything spectacular so far. What, 3 packs in? So we'll see as we move on here. Geez, I am really bad at opening packs. It's been a very, very long time. Not that good. Not the best pack opener here on the channel, obviously. All right, here we go. Young Red Dragon. Here we go, Young Red Dragon. So I guess this is a create a treasure token, and then I guess you can kind of put out a cheap dragon on the battlefield. So I guess not bad if you're like trying to run like cheap dragons. Patron of the Arts, Dragon Noble. Moving on here. Okay, we're gonna go right to the uncommons, I guess. That'll take too long. So moving along here with the uncommons. We got our land. We got more uncommons. There we go. So 9 Figures Keeney. I think they like advertise this. I think this is what, the gate card commander or whatever. Yeah. So basically, deals combat damage to the player. You may put a gate card among them out of the battlefield. Then if you control 9 or more gates, put the rest in your hand. Okay, so I guess this is like a gate commander, but like very, very jank it. Cyanotic Ritual. Tap an untapped horror you control. Exile target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard and copy it, and may cast a copy without paying its mana cost. So I guess that works for like, I don't know, just doing some control deck. The Lazella whatever Acrobatics. Exile all non-token creatures you control and roll a d20. Looks interesting. A lot of Magic the Gathering stuff going on there with rolling the dice and all that. Legendary enchantment for the background. Commander creatures you on the battlefield have whenever this creature enters the battlefield at the beginning of your upkeep. Each player may put 2+1/1 counters on each creature you control. For each opponent who does, you gain protection from that player until the next turn. I guess kind of like a diplomatic deck going on here with that. And looks like we got an artifact vehicle. So no lands. What, 4 or 5 packs in? So already kind of, like I said, this is interesting so far. Nothing Nothing amazing with these sets, but nothing too terrible. Here we go, diving into the next pack. So we're going to go through kind of the bulk commons, uncommons here. It's my first time actually looking at the set. Oh wow, so we pulled Tasha, the Witch Crane. So whenever you cast a spell you don't own, create a 3/3 black demon creature token. So the thing is with this one, in my opinion, is that it would work well, I guess, with, I think, Xanathar or whatever, where basically your goal is to like steal your opponent's stuff. So, I mean, that's cool. I think we got already 2 kind of chase cards, in my opinion. Venture Forth, Eldritch Pact. We have another full art version. Oh, wow, look at that. So then we also pull, now this isn't foil, but this is still full art, of Elminster. So this is another good card, kind of one of the chase cards people have been talking about. So already so far we pulled a foil version of the Witch, and this is, I guess, kind of foilish, but yeah, those are kind of like the ones that I've been seeing people like talk about. Kindred Discovery, those 2 planeswalkers have definitely been kind of one of the chase slash, you know, hit cards that people have been trying to go for. So very cool, very cool. But we're gonna move on here and see what else we can pull today. And LTM, let's talk Magic. So we're gonna pull, keep pulling, see if we get anything good. Pass the bulk commons into our first rare. So this one actually is very good. I think this is a, maybe it's in the commander deck. I know people have made a big deal about this card. And the reasoning behind it really is that whenever an opponent searches the library, gain 1 life and draw cards. This kind of counters tutor decks. So this is something that I've been seeing actually in one of the kind of like chase cards too. I haven't really seen anything about this card, nothing about this one. I don't even know what this does. I haven't really seen anything talk about that one. 9 figures. So this is just a different version of the 9 figures. So rare, yeah, that's not rare. So yeah, not a bad pack, but not as good as the previous pack. They had like 2 kind of mythics in it. So far, we're almost halfway through the box. Wouldn't say this is a bad box, but we haven't hit any lands. We definitely got 2 of those Planewalkers and foil Kindred Discovery and all that. So Command Tower, different foil version of it, looks pretty cool. Guess you can add that to any of your decks. I'm gonna move along here. We got a young blue dragon, so you can scry and draw a card. So I kind of like, you know, these cheap dragons that kind of do something for your deck. I guess they're good for like budget dragon player decks. But yeah, we're just gonna keep moving along here until we get to our Gordran Wise Mentor. Whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So this, I've been kind of hearing, was supposed to be kind of like the Lucky Clover. I think that's kind of cool, I guess, for Clover decks. I don't even know what this is. Captain Nangarod, whatever. Horrors you control have menace. Whenever a horror you control does combat damage to the player, that player mills that many cards. At the beginning of your end step, choose target artifact creature in an opponent's graveyard that was put there from the library this turn. You may put it on the battlefield under your control. I don't know about this, like, that card, I don't know, like, per se, what it would work with. I guess I'll put it to the side because it's a mythic, but I don't think it's anything. I think Blade of Selves is actually a good one too, Myriad. This one I think I heard good things about because Myriad basically, I think you create like copies of an attacking creature. This isn't foil, but okay, cool. Send out a Worm, Dragon Spirit. Whenever another non-token dragon enters a battlefield in your control, create a copy of it, except that token isn't legendary. So that's kind of cool. I guess we got a little dragon here, and then a Horn of Valhalla. So I don't know, I think this dragon's pretty cool. It can work kind of with decks, and it's got word, so that way if anyone tries to eliminate it or try to remove it, it can protect itself, sort of. So halfway through, I wouldn't say it's bad, but I wouldn't say we're doing too good yet. Interesting little lineup of cards that I honestly haven't even looked at getting or buying. I've heard about them being pretty good, but here we go. Trying to go pull through here. Moving on to the next rares and mythics. What will we pull today? Okay, here we go. Raised by Giants. Commander creatures you own have base power and toughness 10/10 and are giants in addition to their other types. I think I've heard about this one. I don't know. Probably something that like people have talked about, so I'm gonna put it up there in like the okay pile. I don't know about this. It's got like the horror mechanic going on, I guess. Well, we got Baldur'S Gate. That's in the full art version. I don't think it's foil, but that's cool. We got the gate finally, kind of named after the set. We got another human noble. We got another gnome. So yeah, so far I guess we got kind of like one of the big hit cards that I'm saying. I haven't pulled any like big dragon cards yet, but Baldur'S Gate, yeah, that was that's kind of like named after the set. So we pulled the card that's named after the set. It's pretty cool. Here we go. We only got what, 3-4 packs left. So let's pull along here, see what we will pull. And moving on. Let's see, Undermountain Adventurer. When Undermountain Adventurer enters the battlefield, you take the initiative, and you add 2. If you completed the dungeon, add 6. So I guess this kind of works in, you know, like dungeon decks. So if you got a dungeon deck going on, I guess this is the card you want to use for it. So, okay. Wow, Black Market Connections. That's a pretty good hit. That's actually, right now, I think it's a $16 card. All right, so we got Black Market Connections. Moving on. Tomb of Horrors, Popular Entertainer, Abono the Seer, and the Sea of Clouds, and a foil. So far, definitely with our pile, we had to move it out of the way, but Black Market Connections, and we get our first kind of a dual land for the commander. We got 3 packs left, so let's see what else we can pull. Here we go. Without further ado, moving on, let's go into our rare slot. Oh, a luxury suite, so that's 2. So funny enough, these lands, people keep saying, you know, they're rare, they're hard to get. We've already got 2 lands, so not bad for a collector booster. Our club, is this a foil? No, Elf Rogue. Oh, and we got the Planeswalker again, Mitts and Boo, Timeless Heroes. Wow. Okay, so another one of those kind of, not really chase cards you would say, but kind of iconic cards from the booster pack. So definitely 2 lands. I think all the Planeswalkers. Really, that's not bad. I mean, of course, you want to get the dragons, but you know, I bought the single versions of them anyway, so I'm not really that upset. I mean, if you really want to get the dragons, of course, buy singles, right? So we're just going to move along here. Of course, going into our rare slot. Duke of York. The Duke. Okay, so we got the Duke. Cool. I don't even know what this is. Party. So I guess this is like a party mechanic. Reflecting Pool. Wow, a Reflecting Pool. That's a full art version of that. So again, another land. Wow, this is actually not a bad box in my opinion. We got that, and kind of a copy again. And wow, a Murphic Pool. That is not bad at all. Another land. Wow, look at that. Wow, we almost got the whole set of lands really in the set. So the copy mythic, but I mean, I really don't care at this point. This box is actually not bad, considering we're kind of getting like all the lands and kind of like the commander cards. Like, I'm good with this box then at this point. I mean, we'll see what the last pack brings us. So here we go, diving into it, going in real quick. And what will we get? Altar of Ball. So I don't know, I don't really see anything about this card, so let me know in the comments what you think about it. Another thing, okay, cool. I think this is kind of like basic lands where X is the number of creatures attacking you, and then okay, so I guess this is a good way to kind of ramp. Let's see, Fury Assassin. I think, didn't we just pull this one? Yeah, we did. This is like the 3rd one, except a different color. And another Archivist. All right, Architect, whatever. Foil, full art, extended version. So, kind of my thoughts with this box. Actually, not bad. Definitely got a playset, but pretty much of kind of like the Berserker. But yeah, I don't think it's bad. I like this. You know, this is a good way to kind of cover you, at least if you are trying to go and ramp and all that. This is definitely kind of a great way to counter, especially if someone's trying to go swing at you with a bunch of creatures. You can kind of just ramp very easily with that. But yeah, I mean, we kind of look over there in the corner, you see that we got a bunch of, you know, rares, and not bad rares at all too. Pretty good rares, especially with the land.